Good day guys, welcome to another video on our channel, and today we'll be discussing briefly about the Nigerian civil war. That's the Biafran war. And before I begin, please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do hit the subscribe button down, turn on post notifications so you can see all our videos once we put them up, and don't forget to like this video and leave a comment for us. The Nigerian Civil War, also known as the Nigerian Biafran War, was a 3-year bloody conflict with a death toll numbering more than 1 million people, having commenced 7 years after Nigeria gained independence from Britain. The war began with the secession of the southeastern region of the nation on May 30, 1967, when it declared itself the Independent Republic of Biafra. The ensuing battles, as well publicized human suffering, prompted international outrage and intervention. Carved out of the west of Africa by Britain without regard for pre-existing ethnic, cultural, and linguistic division, Nigeria has often experienced an uncertain peace following decades of ethnic tension in colonial Nigeria. Political instability reached a critical mass among independent Nigeria's 3 dominant ethnic groups: the Hausa, Fulani in the north, Yoruba in the southwest, and the Igbo in the southeast. On January 15, 1966, the Igbo launched a coup d'etat under the command of Major General Johnson Thomas Umunnakwe Aguiyi-Ironsi, in an attempt to save the country from what the Igbo leaders feared would be political disintegration. Shortly after the successful coup, widespread suspicion of Igbo domination was aroused in the north among the Hausa Fulani Muslims, many of whom opposed independence from Britain. Similar suspicions of the Igbo junta grew in the Yoruba West, prompting a joint Yoruba and Hausa Fulani counter-coup against the Igbo 6 months later. Counter-coup leader General Yakubu Gowon took punitive measures against the Igbo. Further anger over the murder of the prominent Hausa politicians led to the massacre of scattered Igbo populations in the northern Hausa Fulani regions. The persecution triggered a move by Igbo separatists to form their own nation of Biafra the following year. Less than 2 months after Biafra declared its independence, diplomatic efforts to resolve the crisis fell apart. On July 6, 1967, the federal government in Lagos launched a full-scale invasion into Biafra, expecting a quick victory. The Nigerian army surrounded and buffeted Biafra with aerial and artillery bombardments that led to large-scale losses among Biafran civilians. The command was divided into 2 brigades with 3 battalions each. The 1st Brigade advanced on the axis Ogugu, Ogunga, Nsukka Road, while the 2nd Brigade advanced on the axis Gakem, Ubudu, Oguja Road. By 10 July 1967, it had conquered all the assigned territories. By 12 July, the 2nd Brigade had captured Gakem, Ugudu, and Oguja. To assist Nigeria, Egypt sent 6 bombers flown by Egypt's air crews. The habit of the Egyptians to bomb Red Cross hospitals together with schools and marketplaces did much to earn Biafran international sympathy. Enugu became the hub of successions and rebellion, and the Nigerian government believed that once Enugu was captured, the drive for succession would end. The plans to conquer Enugu began on 12 September 1967, and by 4 October 1967, the Nigerian army had captured Enugu. Nigerian soldiers under Murtala Mohammed carried out a mass killing of 700 civilians when they captured Asaba on the River Niger. The Nigerians were repulsed 3 times as they attempted to cross the River Niger during the October, resulting in the loss of thousands of troops. The first attempt by the 2nd Infantry Division on 12 October to cross the Niger from the town of Asaba to the Biafran city of Onitsha coast, over 5,000 soldiers of the Nigerian army were killed, wounded, or captured.
17th to 20th of October 1967 was a military conflict between Nigerian and Biafran military forces. On 17 October 1967, Nigerians invaded Calabar led by the Black Scorpion, Benjamin Adekunle, while the Biafrans were led by Colonel Owu Ogi, who was responsible for controlling the area between Calabar and Opopo. And Lin Garrison, a foreign mercenary. The Biafrans came under immediate fire from the water and the air. For the next 2 days, Biafran stations and military supplies were bombarded by the Nigerian Air Force. That same day, Lin Garrison reached Calabar but came under immediate fire by federal troops. By 20th October, Garrison's forces withdrew from the battle, while Colonel Ogi officially surrendered to General Adekunle on 19th May 1968. Port Harcourt was captured also. With the capture of Enugu, Bonny, Calabar, and Port Harcourt, the outside world was left in no doubt of the federal supremacy in the war. Biafran propaganda always blamed military defeat on saboteurs. Within the rank of the Biafran officer and both officers on the other ranks were encouraged to denounce suspected saboteurs. Throughout the war, Biafran officers were far more likely to be executed by their own side than the Federal Army, as Ojukwu conducted purges and had officers who were merely accused of being saboteurs taken out and shot. Ojukwu did not trust the majority of the former Federal Igbo officers who had railed to Biafra and saw them as potential rivals, thus leading to murderous purges that led to most of them being executed. Furthermore, Ojukwu needed scapegoats for Biafra's defeat, and death was the usual punishment for a Biafran officer who lost the battle. Out of a fear of coup, Ojukwu created several units such as the S Brigade, commanded by himself, and the 4th Commando Brigade, commanded by the German mercenary Rolf Steiner, that existed outside of the regular chain of the command. Barua wrote that Ojukwu's leadership, especially his frequent executions of his own officer, had a disastrous impact on the morale of the Biafran officer corps. The execution of officers also made it difficult for the Biafran officers to acquire the necessary experience to conduct military operations successfully, as Barua noted that the Biafran army lacked both the continuity and the cohesion to learn from the war. Despite the lack of resources and international support, Biafra stood firm, refusing to surrender in the face of overwhelming Nigerian military superiority. The Nigerian army, however, continued to slowly take territory, and on January 15, 1970, Biafra surrendered when its military commander, General Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, fled to Cote d'Ivoire during the Civil War. The following people were commanders and leaders in the war. On the side of the Nigerian military, Hassan Katsina, Mohammed Shua, Benjamin Adekunle, Theophilus Danjuma, Shehu Musa Yaradua, Yakubu Gowon, Murtala Mohammed, Olusegun Obasanjo, Muhammadu Buhari, Ibrahim Babangida, and Sani Abacha. Now on the side of the Republic of Biafra, Odumegwu Ojukwu, Philip Effiong, Rolf Steiner, Jan Zumbach, Lin Garrison, Taffy Williams, Victor Banjo, Obuogo Kalu, Joseph Achuzie, Timothy Onwatuegu.